Welcome to the Get Fit Guys quick and dirty tips to slim down and shape up. My name is Ben Greenfield, and I'm the Get Fit Guy. If you're concerned about those cottage cheese-looking lumps of fat that tend to seem especially prevalent on your butt, thighs, and calves, especially if you're part of the female population, then this episode is for you. About the only people that seem to like cellulite are the plastic surgeons that take it off and perhaps fat loss cream manufacturers. So in part one of this How to Get Rid of Cellulite series, you'll learn what causes cellulite and how to prevent cellulite. And in part two, you'll learn the best ways to get rid of cellulite and whether things like laser or fat loss creams actually work. So what is cellulite? Well, according to Wikipedia, cellulite is a topographical skin condition that occurs primarily in post-pubertal females. But unless you're the house call doctor, you probably have no clue what that means. So here's an easier explanation. To understand what cellulite is, you need to understand what collagen is. Collagen is a type of protein found in your body that helps make the connective tissue found in your tendons, ligaments, and skin. In the case of your skin, if that connective tissue somehow becomes damaged, too thin, or full of holes, then the fat underneath your skin can poke through in a lumpy fashion that we affectionately call cellulite. Imagine it this way. Collagen is like a paper bag, and the fat is like the groceries inside that paper bag. If the bag gets damaged, wet, or just too thin, all the groceries can spill out, including, of course, the cottage cheese. So what on earth could cause that poor grocery paper bag of collagen to become so weak that it just can't seem to hold in a little bit of fat here and there? Well, basically, collagen needs oxygen and it needs nutrients, and it gets those from blood flow. But as a woman ages and her estrogen levels begin to decrease, some of the receptors in the blood vessels, especially the blood vessels in the lower body, begin to lose function. So circulation can decrease, and then the collagen loses its blood flow and degrades. This tends to be a bigger problem in the upper calves, the thighs, and the butt, where women naturally have 3 layers of fat, and so that paper bag has a much harder job holding in all those extra groceries. So what else can cause a loss of blood circulation or weak collagen? Well, if you're a woman and you ever get panty lines from pantyhose, tight underwear, or tight clothing, that's a sign that your clothing could actually be cutting off blood circulation and increasing your risk later on for collagen weakness and cellulite. Finally, while a drop in estrogen could cause weak collagen and cellulite formation in older women, just the opposite appears to be the case in younger women. Cellulite in younger women is not necessarily because the grocery bag is too weak, but rather because there are simply too many groceries or too much fat. And this is often caused by too much estrogen, also known as estrogen dominance, which can result from eating a high amount of processed foods, eating a high amount of soy foods, stress, eating lots of packaged foods, especially those in plastic, or physical inactivity. These are all, of course, also a problem for older women who are at an even more increased risk of developing cellulite. Why do women actually get more cellulite? Well, there are a few distinct differences between men and women that make women far more prone to get cellulite. First, the collagen in women is structured differently. It runs more straight up and down, whereas collagen in men tends to run diagonally and on top of one another. Imagine if a tennis racket only had half its strings, and that is what the collagen in women is more like, so it's less strong and less able to hold in the fat. Next, both men and women have something called alpha and beta receptors. Beta receptors, among other things, are responsible for breaking down fat, and alpha receptors are responsible for producing more fat. Compared to men, women have about a 10 times higher ratio of alpha receptors to beta receptors. Not only that, but increased estrogen levels increase propensity to build fat. And even older women have more estrogen than the average guy, who is packed with fat-burning testosterone. So if you're a woman and you're listening to this episode, you might possibly be getting just a bit depressed about what seems to be an unavoidable cottage cheese disaster. But the fact is, lots of women don't get cellulite. And in the next episode, I'm going to teach you how to decrease your risk for getting cellulite and also how to get rid of cellulite if you've already got it. Now, if you want your fitness or nutrition questions answered, including those about cellulite, and you want to take part in a free live video Q&A from me, the Get Fit Guy, then you're in luck. The first ever Get Fit Guy live Facebook Q&A is coming on June 15th. That's a Wednesday at 5 o'clock Pacific time, 8 o'clock Eastern time. I'll be there for 2 hours answering your questions in real time via a live video Q&A. Now, in order to get access to this Q&A, you do need to make sure that you go to facebook.com/getfitguy. Make sure that you, of course, like the page, and you'll be able to get in to that free live video Q&A on June 15th. I'll see you there. Until next time, this is the Get Fit Guy asking you, what are you waiting for? Go get fit.